Hi, my name is Jeanette and this is my garden. So this is the second installment of my garden tour videos. The first one I did, I think it was late March, so things were much smaller, and it is now the 4th of July, so we're in summer, early summer, and things are looking a lot different, a lot bigger. So I'm just gonna, this is the first of 3. I'll do garden tour in the front and one in the back, and then one of my perennial vegetable bed. So I'll just kind of walk through talking about what's growing and what I've been doing. So right here in the front we have my hosta, one of my hostas. I love hostas, they're so pretty, and the flowers look really nice right now. The bees love them. This one gets plenty of shade. It's on the north side. And next to it we have my Rosa rugosa, which already went through one flush of blooming and has hips forming, so you can see there. And now it's blooming again. So I've been drying a lot of petals for tea, and when the hips are ready I'll get those too. They're a little tricky because you have to make sure you scrape out all the hairs inside, because they can be a gastrointestinal tract irritant, and nobody wants that. And right now we're coming into like peak raspberry time. So I've been picking raspberries every day. I've been freezing a lot and just eating a lot. Here's one of my gummies. This one is the younger, smaller one, and it did fine, but the other one, we'll see that in a second, has a lot more berries. Or had a lot more, I should say. I picked a lot. The yarrow is blooming. Over here the mint is going crazy. I've been harvesting a lot of mint for tea. And near the mint here we have a lot of St. John's wort, and the bees are loving it right now. And this is a really good time to harvest it, because in like the height of summer and like a dry, hot, sunny day, you can see when you smush the petal, it's got that red stuff in there. That's hypericin. That's the active like medicinal constituent in St. John's wort. So if you tincture this, which you should do fresh, tincture like the flowers and the leaves, the liquid will become like a deep red. It's really cool. Same if you infuse it in oil. It's a little dicier because it can mold if you're not careful, but the oil will turn red too if you infuse the flowers and leaves in oil and put it in the sun. And right here is my medlar. It's got a lot of fruits forming. There's a fruit. You can see why its nickname is the cat's arse fruit. Looks like a cat butthole. But these are far from ready. They have to be bledded, which means basically they have to be left on the tree, usually until frost or sometimes before, but basically until the fruits are like brown and soft, and you see them and you're like, surely this fruit has rotted and it is no good to eat. But that's actually when it's ready. And then you can, I don't really like them fresh, they're kind of mealy, but you can cook them into like an apple butter sort of situation. And kind of in here, usually I see it on the other side, but the daylilies and the fireweed are blooming. The yarrow, it's like really pretty combo. And then right here we have a black elderberry, which has okay berry set. I'm not sure why half of them seem to be missing, but I have other elderberries as well. So, but that one's really pretty with the variegation. I got that one at the Bullock's farm several years ago. Oh, there's my ocean spray. It's pretty much done now. The blooms were white and now they're kind of turning like a light brown. But lots of other things. This one's meadowsweet. It's a medicinal herb. Really pretty white flowers. And Joe Pyeweed here, getting ready to bloom. This one honestly needs it wetter than where I have it, so I have to kind of give this one extra water. But if you do, it's fine. Oh, down here, I'm standing in my own shadow. Can you tell I'm not like the best at making videos? This is some kind of woodland strawberry, and it's actually been picked over quite a bit. We've been eating them a lot, but it makes these little tiny strawberries that look like nothing, but they taste like candy. They're so good. They're the best tasting strawberry. And this was kind of overrun with violets last year, and they're still there, but I did a lot of weeding, and so the strawberries really rebounded and fruited really well this year. Here's my honeyberry. It's all done. There's like a few shriveled ones on there, but it's like the early berry. Yeah, some of the things, we've peaked on some things already, honestly. Like, I've been starting to cut back the sage. I try to cut back dead things in the front more just to kind of appease the neighbors, but yeah, big sage right there. And here is one of my Chinese chestnut hybrids. I wish I could even remember what kind it is. It's some kind of dwarfing hybrid Chinese chestnut. And I have another one. I had two, because you have to have two for pollination, but one of them died like completely. I had to replace it, so the other one is really small still. And this one is now finally rebounded enough to where it's flowering again, but it won't make nuts because it's only itself, but it's doing pretty well. There's another Joe Pye weed. You see, this one is looking a little crispy. I did water it, but now I can see I think just the sun is kind of hurting it a bit. There's my 9 bark. That's a Pacific Northwest native. It's done flowering. It's a pretty short bloom period, but the pollinators were loving it when it was going. And my red flowering currant, which is no longer flowering, but it is starting to put fruit on. And these aren't really considered like an edible, but you totally can eat them. And this particular plant, it gets good sun, and the berries actually taste pretty good when they're ripe. Turn around here, there's another red flowering currant. And that's my Korean nut pine. It's looking good. It's put on a lot of growth, and it's got something on the top which honestly look like little baby cones, but I'm not expecting it. I honestly wasn't expecting it to make, see those things? If anyone knows for sure if those are cones, like, please tell me. I wasn't expecting it to do anything like make cones until for like, 15, 20 years, but I don't know, that one's, I guess it's like 9 years old now. Oh, there's a butterfly like going crazy down there on the thyme. Lots of butterflies out. Here's my little persimmon guild. This persimmon has, you see how it's like yellow on top? I've always wondered, I'm like, why does it look so bad? And I think I finally figured it out. So the leaves underneath, you can see, are like more green, and they look fine. The ones on top are like really light and kind of crispy on the edge. This is a shade tree. How did I mess that up? Anyway, it's sad because it gets too much sun, it's baked, and it hardly fruits. It made one fruit in the entire time I've had it, one little fruit. So, oh well. It's starting to look, it's bigger now and kind of looking just more established, so I'm not gonna do anything about it. I'm just gonna let it grow. Maybe the elderberry behind it eventually will shade it, but that thing needs cutting back. Here's my other gumi, the big one. I've had to hack this one back some too because it kind of gets in the way of walking around it, but it had an incredible amount of fruit, and so you can still see, smattering of berries here. I've picked a lot this year. I'm eating a lot. I made fruit leather. I put some in the freezer. It's awesome. I love it. There's my other honeyberry. The oso berry. It's fruiting, but it's like almost done. It's like they're kind of getting shriveled up. The birds really like this one. People can eat them too, but they taste kind of like a bitter cucumber-y taste. I don't really love the fruit taste. That's okay. Not everything has to be for me, right? There's a short Oregon grape with getting its fruit on there. This mugwort doesn't seem to mind where I put it. It's big and happy. Oh, here we have two things. This is my salal, which is also putting on lots of berries. I love salal. It tastes so good. And lots of strawberries. Tons of strawberries this year. And we've been picking them a lot, and there are still some. But I planted a ton of strawberries last year as ground cover. I'm just hoping they would kind of like fill in everything, and I have hopes that they'll like overtake the violets, which there's a big patch of violets still. But you know, I don't know, those violets are really aggressive. Here's my service berry. It has a lot of berries on it, but you can probably see there's like this rust that affects service berries, and I was reading that it doesn't like hurt the plant, but you see that orange stuff, ew, it renders those berries, you know, inedible, of course. So I picked what I could, and I could still pick more. I've just kind of been too many things going on, but I dried them just like raisins, and they were so good. They were like they're okay fresh, they're not my favorite, but when they were dry, man, they were like really good. So I'll probably try that again. Next, that's my Olympic mullein, which I need to get on and harvest some of those flowers. It flowers over time, so you don't have to like pick all the flowers in one day. You can kind of pick them gradually. It's my red twig dogwood, which the deer have discovered. I didn't really know that deer liked it, but now I know. I need to put a little fence or something around that. The anise hyssop is coming. I have one in the back that's got more sun and it's further along, but this is one of my favorite tea plants. Oh, it smells so good. And here is my blue elderberry, and it's still blooming. Look at that. It's got berries forming and still some blooms. It looks really happy this year. I didn't do anything to it this year. Last year, I can't remember if I said it in the other video, but I hacked it back hard last year because it really needed it, and it just rebounded super well. So probably next year I'll do the same thing, because this plant, it's like adapted to like fire management, and obviously I can't really be setting fires in my garden, but I can cut things back. So some things really like to be, yeah, chopped down and rejuvenated in that way. Here's a little perennial vegetable corner. Sweet Cicely going to seed. Too late to eat these, but good for seed saving. There's some Sun King Aurelia back there, which I've never eaten. Not yet. Maybe next year when I have my entire life together. More hostas. I think this is blue cohosh. That is not edible, but it's really pretty when it blooms. Some ostrich fern. There's a Joe Pye weed in there. I'm hoping that will get big, because this hosta last year kind of suffered in the sun. So I'm trying to put things on the south side of it that will grow up and shade it a little bit more. So yeah, there's this garden in the front. Oh, here's another big one. Woo! It's twin berry. Another non-edible berry, but the birds love it, and the bees and the hummingbirds love the flowers too. Oh, some wood nettle under there. Haven't eaten that yet either, but one of these days. Thanks for watching. I'll have other videos for the other parts of my garden next.